Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, the Mage venue. We start the scene in this chantry where Ava hasn't actually seen Nausicaa for quite some time. I mean, sure, she's seen her in like passing by or like, hearing noises from upstairs that she kind of knows to be like the things that she can hear Nausicaa do, either when something works out pretty well and or when something just blows up in her face, sort of like that. So she knows she's around, but she hasn't really talked to her a lot. She hasn't seen her a lot. She's missed out on a lot of dinners and then later bought like junk food. So Ava decides to go and check up, like see what's that all about. So she gets some food from Lee, like something with chicken because apparently Nausicaa is a big fan of that, and she'll get a can of energy drink from like the refrigerator. Goes upstairs and knocks on the door that she presumes Nausicaa is working behind.
It is the room Nausicaa's working behind. It's one of the large kind of rooms in one of the upstairs levels of the chantry, above the one we normally kind of have the bedrooms and the common room in. And yeah, most of the time Nausicaa she actually seems to spend like a lot of time in there. The door is shut, although you can see the lights on. And when Ava knocks, there's no answer, but she can hear. Basically, it sounds like there's at least like a dozen televisions or radios like going.
And Ava will knock again, a little louder this time. Nausicaa, are you in there? Hey.
And I will open Discord.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Discord's changed.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Are you starting the scene? Or?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Sorry again.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. You hear a voice kind of just like say in your ear, enter. It's maybe slightly startling.
Oh yeah. Ava kind of jumps and then realizes that Nausicaa can do things at a distance. So she'll open the door and walks in. So
The room is very weird looking. It has around the edge, like all the walls have essentially had like blackboards put up on them, or like kind of pinned up, or like on stands. And there's all sorts of just like things that are becoming kind of a regular thing with Nausicaa, like maths. And like there's just formulas and equations. Just the only difference on a lot of these is they appear to be in like kind of weird patterns, like circular patterns or things like that. And there are in the corner you can see what to Ava would probably just like three like big computer stacks, and they're basically servers. And Nausicaa is sitting in the middle of what is literally like a bubble made of televisions or made of computer screens. And there's a few not there, so you can basically like walk into it, and there's all wires like leading out from it. And Nausicaa's literally just sat in the middle of it, and you can hear this. You can basically hear like this kind of like buzz of just like dozens of channels and radios and various just like readouts just blaring on her. And if you kind of are able to look inside the thing, you can see that on these dozens of screens, there's some are TV channels, some are just like data feeds, Some appear to be what Ava would recognize as like stock intakes, just all sorts of things. Some appear to just be like websites and things like that. And Nausicaa's literally just sitting in there on a cushion. Um, yeah, basically with gloves and glasses on, and just appears to be kind of like almost looks like she's meditating. Although Ava would know better.
Mm. Hava gets a bit overwhelmed by all of this because, oh my god. So she takes a few steps into the room and stops, looks around. Um, Nausicaa, I brought you food and drink.
You hear this time. You see some like knobs are being turned on like some of the back of the TVs and things like that. And Nausicaa just says, "You can put it down by the wall."
Okay. And yeah, she'll put it down by the wall. Are you gonna say anything or do you want me to leave again?
Nausicaa kind of like moves her hands in a kind of like if you didn't know any better, it would be like the sign language for like referencing yourself. And then she just kind of like takes the glasses off. You can see she kind of blinks and she takes the gloves off and puts them down. And you can see she looks like she hasn't slept in days and just looks tired and haggard and like even skinnier than she normally is. And yeah, she'll kind of stand up a bit unsteadily in the middle of the things, and you'll see she actually like kind of blinks at them, and yeah, just kind of like walks out of the weird sphere of TVs.
When Ava notices all this, she starts to get a little worried and even slightly frustrated. So she'll fold her hands in front of her chest and it's like, so when are you planning to come out?
You can see Nausicaa's like pupils are like really dilated, and yeah, she just kind of blinks at Ava a few times. I hadn't made any plans. Why? Have I missed something?
Yeah, you're missing your own life. Because how long are you going to keep this up? This is obsession again, Nausicaa. You're going to get out now with me and you're going to eat this food downstairs.
But what if I missed something?
Then the world won't stop existing. Come on.
You can see Nausicaa kind of looks like longingly back to the thing.
You know how long people can go without sleep before they get schizophrenic or psychotic or both?
I have been sleeping, just intermittently. I
Yeah.
sleep at the early hours. The data feeds are less.
Do you have keys to this place? Like, can you lock the doors to this place? Like this room specifically?
Out of character, I'm just going to say no because it's like an inside door. Nausicaa hasn't put any locks in it.
Shame.
I mean, you could.
Yeah. She probably will be. So she'll literally like grab Nausicaa at the arm and she'll with the other hand kind of scoop up the food and the energy drink. And she's just gonna almost forcefully like take Nausicaa out of the room and slam the door behind her. She's not
Naus-
looking very happy at this actually.
Nausicaa's easily kind of led out. Have I got a request?
What?
I was reading one of the old books. Well, rather, not one of the old books. Written by a member of the Virtual Adepts, and he said he has used the Mind Sphere to be able to increase his perceptions, pay attention to multiple things at once. Do you think you would be able to do that on me? If I was able to give my full attention to multiple feeds at a time, this would be much easier. I'd be able to see so much more.
Yeah, I could do that, but I'm not gonna. We're
Why?
gonna. Because if I'm gonna do that, if we are going to make some arrangements and we're gonna put down fucking contract if necessary.
I don't understand. Is
Oh,
something wrong?
oh yes, there's something wrong. You've not been out for days. You look like you've not slept at all. You're skinnier. You're not taking care of yourself. And I'm done.
With what?
With you obsessing over something and then disappearing for days in such a room like this is not healthy.
You don't understand, though. The things. I'm getting feeds from all over the city, TV,
Great,
internet,
great. No,
all in one place.
yeah. So what? Like, you can keep this up for a month, maybe two, and then your body will just shut down and you won't get any feeds at all ever again.
Hmm.
If you don't believe me, go to Elijah, go to Boris, go to Grace. There are enough people who understand, like, the human body way better than I do.
You're right. You think Elijah could make some kind of serum so I didn't have to sleep?
No, no, because I won't let him. Besides, it's not just your body. You can press your body, but you can't press your mind. It will go crazy, and there's no magic that can stop that.
It's not like that.
It is like that.
I can send my mind out. I can
Have
throw
you
my
seen
perceptions.
yourself? Have you looked in the mirror?
I don't see what my personal appearance has got to do with anything.
It shows signs of exhaustion, Nausicaa.
It's fine. I used to study
No,
hard at
it's
school.
not fine. Stop that. Everybody looks at you because they all expect you for some reason to be the leader. If you're like this, you can't help the others here. The
I
only
never
one
asked
that
to
you're
be the
helping.
leader, and I'm
I
not
know
leading
you never
anyone.
asked. I know you never asked. But they look at you anyway.
Well, they're wrong. That's not my fault.
That's not my fault either, but it happens. And in any case, even besides them, you need to take care of yourself. If you don't get enough sleep, you won't be as focused. There is no amount of energy drink or caffeine or even cocaine, if you wish to use that, that can keep up with like a lack of sleep. You need to sleep. You need to rest. I think by now they've like arrived at the main uh
Yeah.
like the common area, and Ava's just gonna put the food in front of like on a table, and she's actually not gonna give her the energy drink. She's gonna put her on like almost like put her on the chair, and she'll hold out like a fork, and then goes into the kitchen to grab a glass of water and the energy drink.
Nausicaa sits there for a moment. Do you know what I'm trying to do, Ava?
No, I do not, because you're not speaking to anyone.
Oh. It's because I haven't finished it yet.
So we're supposed to help each other. You're
Okay.
just doing stuff.
It's just in the experimental phases, but I'm calling it the Oracle. It picks up data feeds, wireless connections, radio waves from around the city. That coupled with huge excessive amounts of media that we produce around here, the information is incredible. Like, I'm not even scratching the surface, but even so, you can see threads, you can find things. That much information, if we could process it and analyze it effectively, think of the edge that would get us. We could see things as they happen, social movements,
I'm sure.
financial events. even our
But
enemies.
look, I'm sure, but as you said, you're nearly scratching the surface of it. It would require, what, 5 or 6 of you working nonstop, and even that is like simply impossible.
I believe if I, or if you would help me, am able to learn elements of the mind sphere, I will be able to divide my attention to
I'm
keep
not going to help you
perception.
if you're just going to destroy yourself.
I'm not trying to destroy myself. I'm trying to
You
create a
are.
tool.
And in so, almost destroying yourself. Look at you. And she's now literally like going into her bag and like hand out like a makeup mirror.
Also, good does kind of look at herself. I need a haircut. You're right.
Look at your eyes. You can deny it all you want, but you know that I'm right. Remember the discussion we had before when you were just trying to keep going and going and going? I told you about how important it is for your mind to find relaxation and rest. That has not changed over a few weeks.
I remember, so we could work at optimum efficiency.
Yes.
However, if Elijah is able to make some kind
No.
of, or if you could reinforce
No.
my faculty. Also, got six back and fold her arms. Looks a little grumpy. Imagine being in the lifeblood of the city. I'm at the center of everything. Phone calls, data
Well,
streams.
that would be highly problematic concerning privacy rules here.
What
You would
privacy rules?
basically be a criminal. But it's illegal to listen into other people's phone calls.
I mean, we've killed people.
Sure, but you get what I mean. Look, you cannot
They won't be
spend
able
your
to find me.
days. You cannot spend your days 24/7 here in that room locked up, hooked on whatever kind of TV. That's an addiction. That is really an addiction, Nausicaa. And you can't stop something, and you can't stop doing something, that's an addiction. And you're getting addicted to that if you're not already. And I'm not going to allow you to do that.
I don't want to go out there anymore. I don't see a reason to.
Right.
I can throw my senses and my perceptions to any almost any data device in the city, physically if I need to.
And how about your company?
I can work from here.
Not when you're hooked up to that thing. No,
The
no.
information that I'm getting from that thing has allowed for this last week to be our most profitable.
Still, this is not good for you as a person. You're not
Why?
going to work from because your coworkers need to see you from time to time. Your company needs it. You need it. You need fresh air, like literally. Vitamin C and everything that comes from fresh air. Something like that.
I could have an air conditioner installed.
That's not the same. You need sunlight, you need fresh air, you need to be around people occasionally. You need to be you need to socialize. You cannot lock yourself up in there forever.
I could arrange visiting hours.
No.
I don't understand why you're so against it.
Because you're getting like, don't you see this is the telltale sign of addiction, the thing that you are so against?
It's not the same.
It is the same. Computer addiction is very much a real problem.
This isn't about being addicted to
This is
computers.
totally about being addicted.
not to computers, and I'm not addicted.
Ah,
Once
not
you've
to
seen this,
computers.
even
No.
it's like looking out of a window and then you're telling me to come inside. The information you
Otherwise,
have
she's
in
gonna
your
slam her hand on the table like really loudly. I
Nausicaa then
want you
just
to
like
stop
sits
now.
bolt upright and looks really like just looks at her. She looks terrified, like super timid.
Are you even listening to yourself? Are you even listening to yourself? Visiting hours. You're not a computer, Nausicaa. You are human.
I know I'm a human, but I'm trying to be better.
No, this is not getting better. This is getting worse.
I don't know why I've upset you. I don't understand.
No, like an addict wouldn't understand. Let me guess. Right now
You're
you're
the.
thinking about going back to that place, right? To that room.
I just don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, exactly. So you're addicted to information then. That's sick.
Better than being addicted to drugs.
Yeah, no, actually. It's not better. Because ultimately the symptoms are the same. You close yourself off from any human contact. You're talking of visiting hours. You have no regard for anything else anymore than that thing in that room.
You don't have any regard. The things I
I don't.
saw on that boat because I got passively high from you and Julie.
What?
When I closed my eyes, I saw zombies or monsters or something.
Yeah, I saw the same. That's
Because you
what's
were high as
happening.
well.
No, because I was
You
using
were high.
magic. Of course, that's how I do my magic. But you can't get high from the thing that I used. You cannot.
I've heard of
That's
passive high.
bullshit.
If you're near somebody that does it, and you can get it too.
No, no, it doesn't work like that. I used acids that works on my body only. And besides, Julie didn't even see that. Sure, you may have gotten like something because I was using my magic and maybe some of that strange stuff that happens around me happened. I will not deny that. But you did not get high from me or from Julie. That's complete bullshit because then everyone on that ship would have gotten high and everyone would have seen that thing and it didn't. I can't
Well, then
believe
what
you.
did I see?
I don't know. Like I said, I saw the same thing, but I was looking into the dark umbra. Like I was looking into the shadow world. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that I saw those ghosts or whatever you want to call them. Just call them
Hal-
bloody ghosts. They
hallucinations.
exist. No, they were not hallucinations.
Nausicaa looks like she wants to argue, but she's just too tired. Well, I didn't like that.
No, neither did I. I peed myself. Fuck's sake. I was scared as shit. I never seen something like that.
Even other times you've done acid.
That was different. I didn't look into that side, that alternate reality.
The things you see, one of them touched me. At least I imagine it did. I didn't feel anything. And I've checked where it touched me, and there's no damage or
No,
anything really.
because you weren't in that reality. The same as I was. I was looking to that reality. I wasn't in there. I don't know how to get in there yet. It's the same as the spirit in the library. It's the same as the guardian of this place, of this chantry. I can see it, I can speak with it in a way I can communicate with it. But it can't touch me yet. Because I can't enter his world. I can't enter that layer of reality. And I think that is what you saw. You saw a glimpse of that layer of reality. And I can understand it scared you. It scared me too. But it was definitely magic, and that was definitely out there in that layer of reality.
I need to research more on this. I've heard
Why?
the mention of umbered spirits, but many hermetics just think they're residue or reflection.
They're
They're not
not.
real things.
It's they are real things. Like I said, the world is built up out of many layers, and these are just layers that we can see. We can see them with the help of magic.
I can't.
No, you can't, but I can. And you know that I can.
They all look like that.
No, no, like I said, this was the layer of reality that I forgot the official mage word for it, but the Dark Umbra.
I remember you saying you you believe that it was that was why it was linked to her use of entropy as well as
Yes,
spirit,
yes,
because entropy represents death and decay.
yeah. And I think those were indeed ghosts. Probably the ghosts of whatever, whoever it was that died in there.
I refuse to call them ghosts. It summons up unscientific aspirations. I'm sure there is some explanation to them.
Nausicaa, you and I both know that you even admitted it, that there is science that people simply don't know.
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet, exactly. So why would this be any different? Why
Because
would this be
ghosts,
any different?
I'm not saying it is. I don't know what they are, but saying ghosts invokes certain cultural prejudices and expectations that may not be real.
Which might even make them more logical to be real. Before people realized what thunder was, before people realized what gravity was, they assigned things to them, gods or whatever, until they realized what it was not. That it wasn't a god. There was no god of thunder or god of the oceans that caused storms.
So you're saying like the splitting of a clock, the observance and the belief, if the people of what these things are, may be affecting their reality. In essence, when you look into the abyss, it looks back.
I'm not quite sure if this would be something that would sum up the abyss. I don't think this is like hell or something, but I don't know what it is really. Like I don't have a lot of knowledge regarding this, but I do know that what I saw was real and that the best way to describe them right now is ghosts because they're different than spirits. Like the layer of reality, the near umbra that I usually look into holds spirits of things, right? Like the guardian of the chantry, but also like the spiders that Julie mentioned to you once, I'm sure. They represent things that exist in this world. But in the dark umbra, ghosts, they don't represent what exists. They represent what once existed, I guess is the best way to say it. So, yeah, perhaps they are more of like a reflection of what once was, but that doesn't make them less real. And right now, ghost is simply the best term to describe that.
Interesting.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why do you find it so interesting?
Because I hadn't really thought about it before.
I see.
And you present an interesting hypothesis. Where did you
I
learn it?
have. I mean, there are books in the library regarding different layers of reality, and I've just given it a lot of thought. Like, even before I was here and before I was a mage, I hung, I think that's the best way to describe it. I hung with a lot of people who liked the New Age lifestyle, which deals a lot with like energy and spirits and spiritual beliefs. So, of course, I've given it a lot of thought.
Hmm.
And ultimately, I do think that many of these cultures, like the New Age culture, but also various religions, like like look at it like fairy tales. They're always based on a version of the truth. We just need to search for it.
Well, we feel comfort in this.
Hmm?
She said fairies are real as well. We've confirmed this.
Exactly.
Did you notice that in the Hermetic Code, it said, do not concert or deal with the infernal or the undead, and do not anger the Fae?
Yeah, I noticed that.
This would imply they are powerful and potentially a threat. And yet we have one working in our office at Iliad.
I mean, I think if you look at it, anything could form a threat once it's powerful enough. Even a regular human without any special powers.
I agree. Humanity is a great threat. What do you propose I do with the Oracle then? It's a powerful tool for us.
I agree, and I'm not saying that you can't work on it. You have to tune it down a notch, okay? Because it's going to destroy you if you keep working at it like this. Please. Just make sure that you get at least 8 hours of sleep, not in that room, and that you spend only like 4 hours on one end
4 hours?
before you take a break. You take a break for at least 2 hours. Yes.
I might be able to set up programs that could do some of the observation, search for keywords, that sort of thing when I'm not there.
There you go. Sure.
It's just so fascinating.
Can I trust you with this? Or do I need to pluck you out of that room after 4 hours?
Maybe an alarm would help. However, I have a counter proposal. All good business deals are good for both sides. So, I would like to experiment with your ability to use mind magic to expand my consciousness in limited time quantities. I want to see, I want to try push it to the limits
All right.
with your observation, of course,
Yes,
in controlled circumstances.
I
I do
agree.
not wish to fry my brain as much as you may think I'm being reckless. I do not wish to burn out.
Okay. I will help you. I'll help you to keep track of yourself, and I'll help you with the mind magic.
It occurs to me that you were helping me twice. Is there anything I can do in return?
You've already helped me. You are already helping me. It goes back and forth. There's no. As much as I said that we needed to sign a contract on that, that was only if you wouldn't comply with me willingly. I
No.
think there is no contract needed between friends. We help each other out. That's what we do.
I think there is an implied contract, though. With friendship, each individual act is not valued on its own, but all acts over a period of time are taken under the context of the friendship contract.
If you like to call it that, that's fine.
Do you not think?
Hmm,
There is an implied understanding.
I understand what you're saying.
Now you mention it, perhaps, maybe, I am a little tired.
A little. You look like you're about to fall over.
That was why I was sitting down in there. Originally, I was standing so I could observe the computers better without craning my neck. Then I simply spread my perceptions out. The great thing of it is, realistically, the more I master the correspondence sphere, I may not have to leave my room or office at all. And if I do have to go somewhere, I believe that I can just be there. Like,
Look,
step
I
through
understand.
space.
I understand, and sure, that's great. And it works for a lot of things. But you do need to leave from time to time. Because that's, well, normal. That is what humans need.
I'm not a normal human, and I don't want to be normal.
No,
I want
you
to be
are not.
exceptional.
You are. You already are. Like, no matter what you do, trust me on this. No matter what you do, no matter what you achieve, to me, you are definitely exceptional. You are a remarkable woman simply by who you are. You don't need to prove yourself over and over again.
Nausicaa's looking a little bit shocked, and then just kind of like looks down at the table, and you can see like her ears. There's Nausicaa's telltale giveaway that she's like embarrassed, have gone bright red. I better go to bed. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
8 hours at least. Nausicaa, please. Don't set an alarm tomorrow morning.
For the record, I also believe that you are in the high decimal percentages for exceptionality among the human race. And Nausicaa's just gonna turn around and, yeah, almost like do that kind of like run walk to their room. Yeah,
Yeah, Ava kind of like doesn't really quite know how to respond to that either. So yeah, she scratches her head and starts to like clean up the leftovers of the meal that she gave Nausicaa. And I think after half an hour she is going to check if Nausicaa didn't set like an alarm or something.
yeah. If you come into Nausicaa's room,
She'll
she
be
will.
careful for the butterflies, of course.
Yeah, if she's careful for the butterflies. No, the butterfly. I know there are two layers. So yeah, um, the yeah, you can kind of sneak through. The light is on, and Nausicaa is like curled up in bed, sucking her thumb, just fast asleep.
Yeah, like I said, she'll make sure that there's no alarm set, and yeah, she'll cover Nausicaa up if she needs to, and then carefully leave the room again. And
Upstairs, the Oracle is still whirring away all the information and data. But
yeah, Ava is definitely gonna go out and buy a lock just in case. I'll probably need to make a stealth roll for that, of course, but
I'm sort of fine. But yeah,
yeah, she's good.
also you roll
So
fast.
yeah, she is gonna. Oh right, yeah, I keep forgetting to add those. Ah, whatever. I was good
Yeah, it's
anyway.
fine.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna risk it by rolling 2 ones. But yeah, she's gonna make sure that she's buying like a padlock. She's not gonna use it yet, but as soon as she like would notice that Nausicaa is not keeping to the arrangement that they kind of made, she will use it. And I think there we can then end the scene. Thank you, Play, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene for Living World of Darkness. Mage from the Ashes thing. Good night.